Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sportsbook Review's coverage of Euro 2020. I'm your host, Martin Green. Alongside me, superstar handicappers Alex Classic Tips and George Gamble. Today, we have three more crucial games to preview. Second match day now in these groups. We have Sweden versus Slovakia in the beautiful city of St. Petersburg. Croatia up against Czech Republic in Glasgow. And finally, the big one, England against Scotland at Wembley. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that.
I see that you all got the email with the all white t-shirts, right?
White t-shirts. We're all representing today. And it was a good day yesterday too. I had Russia and under 4.5 goals against Finland. That came in. And Italy and under 3.5 goals. Sneaked in there as well. Had a cheeky little prop bet on Immobile scoring too. So that all worked out well. Alex,
how about Italy? How about Italy, Martin? Huh?
Yeah, Italy. I had Italy under 3.5 goals. It was very good. And you had Italy and over 1.5 goals. So both of our bets came in. How impressed were you with that performance, Alex?
This is what I was saying. I think that I'm very impressed with Italy. I thought that it was, I was sure that it is not only the first match. I knew that they are shining at home in front of their fans. Very good squad, great starting 11, all of them very determined to show something to their fans. Mancini is doing an incredible job, in my opinion. I was very surprised to see Chiellini getting injured in the first minutes of the game. I don't know how serious it is. I was talking today with Tancredi to see how serious it is, and also with Barella with his ankle. It moved a little bit on that foul, so I'm very. I wanna hear some more news about that because it's very important. But it's good because now they have 6 points and they can roll their beat squad. Let's say the players from the bench against Wales in the last match, and probably it's a lot of value on the opposition on the third match.
Yeah, two key players. You don't want them out for too long, do you? But Verratti still to come back, and I thought Acerbi looked pretty solid when he
very good Acerbi.
Yeah,
I think the advantage Italy have got though is they've got arguably probably Serie A's best centre half to come in should Chiellini be available in Bastoni. He's brilliant, so they've got that strength in depth. But a player like Chiellini, you want him on the pitch if you can have him.
And I was also talking to yesterday with the guys saying that Italy is one of the teams, national teams, that they are using the players on exactly the same roles that they are playing for their club. And this is very important. Not many teams are using their players on the same roles,
Indeed. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, Sam. Hello, Trevor. Hello, Anna Monica. Hello, Vivica Crystal. Greetings from Chile, Ian Messina. We've got people from Canada, all over the world watching on. Thank you very much for joining us here. George, I'm going to put you on the spot quickly. Italy, first team to qualify for the knockout stage. You got plus 200 on them reaching the quarterfinals, plus 200 on the last 16, plus 450 on the semis, plus 650 on them winning it, or plus 700 on them finishing runners-up. Obviously, we don't know who they're playing against yet, but if you had to go for one of those options, how far do you think this Italy team will go?
Tan's going to hate me for saying it. I don't see them getting much further than the quarterfinals. I think they've been brilliant, but they've not played anyone who can kind of lay a finger on them, really. Obviously, that Swiss side, they've got some good attackers, but no one with the quality that can overpower the likes of Chiellini, but Bonucci, and cause them a host of problems. If they come up a team such as the calibre of France, for example, I think they get picked apart. I think up against a very, very decent outfit, I think they get found out. I think gaps get exploited. Because the one concern for me going into this tournament was the age of that Italian back line. Coming up against some, for example, can you imagine them against Mbappe? I mean, he made obviously Germany. I know there's a couple of offside goals in there, but that one that he scored that was eventually given offside, he tore them apart. And against an Italian side, for example, who you've got obviously played on the wrong side of 30 in terms of footballing terminology, I do think they get picked apart, unfortunately. I'd love to see them go a bit further than that because I love Italy. And I love what Roberto Mancini's done there. Obviously, as a City fan, I always have a soft spot for Bobby Mank. But But no, I don't see them progressing much further than the quarters, in my opinion. I'll happily be wrong, but that'd be my prediction.
More than quarters, you mean? I mean, they will stop in quarters, but they will pass one round of the knockout stages.
I think
right?
they'll pass one round, but I think when they get to the quarters, I think that'll be the end of the journey for them.
Sounds good to me. I guess it's a work in progress. They've got a lot of good youngsters coming through, and it'll be fascinating to see who they come up against in the next round. We've got, as I say, 3 great games to break down today. But first, guys, it's that time for me to remind you. Click the thumbs up button, notification, subscribe to the channel, and if you look at the link description, you will find a link to Sportsbook Review. You'll find lots of articles written by Alex, by Tancredi, by all of our pro handicappers there. You'll find lots of Sportsbook reviews. You'll find industry news, betting calculators, a wealth of information to help you maximize your chances of securing a profit while betting on sports. So head on over there and hit that thumbs up button. Okay, the first game, Sweden versus Slovakia in St. Petersburg. Oh, it's going to be a good game. Sweden had 14% of possession against Spain. It was ludicrous, and they still managed to nick a point, and they should have won it because Marcus Berg missed an open goal, and Isak should have scored in that first half as well, really. Big news for them is that Kulusevski, the dynamic Juventus winger, is coming back. He's tested negative for COVID, so I think that should give them a good boost. Could be time to see Isak really showing his true potential in this game. What do you like, Alex, against Slovakia?
Isak and Kulusevski, what a duo there to play for Sweden. Absolutely amazing. If Kulusevski will play at his potential at 100%, yes, I think that is a great duo. Isak, amazing creativity in the first game. He did he had some good balls, if you ask me, but only 14% of possession. I mean, and how many passes Spain had at the end of that? Over 750 completed, not passes altogether. Completed passes over 750. And if you know, the most passes were from their keeper. Yeah. 100 passes from their keeper. This is amazing. But still, I liked that fighting spirit, that closing all the gaps, that come and but we will not let you pass, you know. It was a weird match to see from all points of view. Seeing a team that wanted just to stay with all 11 players behind the ball and try to strike on the break, and hopeless Spain not finding enough spaces and missing some sitters also, because they missed also some great ones. But as you said, also Berg missed that amazing opportunity. On the other side, we have Slovakia with a superb match against Poland. I don't know here if, but all the credits to Slovakia, but also Poland. I think that they are probably one of the worst performances in the group stage so far from Poland against Slovakia. Even North Macedonia played better than them, to be honest. Skriniar, a great winner there. Krikoviak, unfortunately, red-carded, and he will miss this game. Still, they have plenty of firepower there with Zielinski and Lewandowski up front. But unfortunately for Poland, Slovakia won. And we will talk more about the Polish squad when it's time for them to talk about. Slovakia, unbelievable right now, sitting third in their group after match day 1. I think that they will take their chances also against Sweden. They will not, under any circumstances, they will not leave this game without pressing also themselves and trying to score as many goals as possible. So I'm going with both teams to score here, because both teams, it's the great opportunity for Sweden to add some more points, to add 3 points, and it's a great opportunity for Slovakia before the final match against Spain to qualify already in the knockout stages. So it will be an entertaining match, in my opinion. both teams to score at 2.15 or plus 115.
Okay, great. Thanks, Alex. Back to the chat. We've got Marco, Aaron, Ashley, and Terence is here. What's up, Derek? He's always supporting us. Great to see you guys. Hello, Winston. Hello, Ninja 13. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. Slovakia. Everything that could have gone right for them went right, didn't it? The ball bounced back off Szczesny and went in for an own goal. Krychowiak got sent off just as Poland was starting to dominate. And then, to be fair, it was a terrific finish from Milan Skriniar. But do you think they can keep it going, George, or is this time for us to sort of see their limitations?
Well, again, with that kind of, for me, it was comparing the two sides. So as you've already said there, Poland did start to get a foothold in the game. And I kind of felt they were going to suddenly get back into the game and potentially go on and win it. But again, as you've said, everything sort of felt right for Slovakia, really, exactly as they'd have wanted. But and looking at Sweden, as you've said, 14% possession, and that's the lowest total in European Championship history. But even in that, they still obviously held on for that point. And they also registered an XG of 1.19. So despite seeing any of the ball, still managed to create chances, still managed to get goal scoring opportunities against Spain. And obviously Slovakia are not Spain. I'm going to be a bit bold with this one. I'm leaning towards Sweden. And no, they're unbeaten against Slovakia in head-to-head history. But they've also conceded just once in 2021 of Sweden, winning 5 and drawing 1. But I think it's going to be a very, very tight game because obviously there's a lot on the line. Alex has already said, Slovakia can get the win. Brilliant for them. They're kind of already qualified before they take on Spain, and what a position they'll find themselves in with that. But Sweden obviously need to get points on the board if they're going to want to qualify. So I'm expecting it to be slightly tentative and slightly tight. Each of Sweden's last 5 European Championship games have produced under 2.5 goals. But yeah, scoring first I think is going to be key if Slovakia are going to win this one. Because at best they've only managed draws in 2 of the 3 games when they've conceded first and they lost the other. But for me, the key man, Alexander Isak, big fan of his. Obviously I watched a lot of Sociedad games too, and he's just brilliant. And 8 of his 17 league goals this term, plus his first Sweden goal against Slovakia in a friendly, that they were match openers. So he's a key man. He likes to, be the difference. But yeah, for me, looking at it, obviously we've gone through the team news there. But the big tell for me was the fact that Sweden managed to perform the way they did, get a result in that soaring heat, a heat they're not going to be used to. I think it was around 32 degrees Celsius. It was stifling. And they didn't give up all the way to the end. They did not give up. And I think that's a remarkable quality because it would have been very easy for them to wilt and obviously concede with the amount of chances that Spain had. So yeah, I'm going to be a bit bold with this one. And I really like the odds on Sweden to win, but there to be under 5 match goals. And that's plus 105 on Bet365.
Yeah, thanks, George. Copy and paste from me. I'm going for the exact same bet, I did. Sweden and under 4.5 goals, which is exactly the same thing, just a different way of phrasing it. I also think it's going to be pretty low scoring. I could see just perhaps, even under 2.5 goals as a straight bet in this one coming off. Obviously, the under 4.5 goals gives you that real cushion. But I can see Sweden edging this one. I think Kulusevski coming back is really important. If you got him and Forsberg on the flanks, with Isak down the middle and potentially Marcus Berg as well, those strikers are going to be desperate to atone for their errors in that first game. And Isak's head didn't go down after he missed that chance in the first half. It was terrific skill for him to create that chance for Berg in the second half. And I think we'll see a lot more of Sweden in this game. Let's be fair, Slovakia, they're not Spain. They're not going to have 86% of the possession in this game. I think we'll see more what Spain are about. And I also like a low-scoring Spain victory. So glad that we're singing from the same hymn sheet on that one. Next up, it's the other 2 teams in the England and Scotland group. Obviously, a bit of a tough start to proceedings for Croatia, wasn't it? But what a start for the Czech Republic. Patrick Schick, take a bow. First, there was that header from a corner, which was good enough. I mean, it was the perfect header. But then to just absolutely just bang one in from the halfway line was Absolutely incredible. That was really great to see. Goal of the tournament already. Just give it to him. So they'll come into this game full of confidence. And it could be quite evenly matched. Obviously, Croatia have more individual talent, perhaps, but they look pretty solid, this Czech Republic team. I think they can have a really good go at Croatia in this one. Interested to hear your thoughts, George. How do you think this one's going to pan out at Hampden Park?
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with you. Obviously, Czech Republic already had a great result at Hampden Park, so they seem to like this ground already. Yeah, that second goal from Schick was just outrageous. I think that's the first goal that's had me up and out of my seat, even though I didn't really care about what was going on in the game. It was just absolutely incredible. But yeah, Croatia, they still held out for 55 minutes against England, and I was one going into this trying not to look at it through rose-tinted glasses, if you like. With the attacking talent that England have, the pace that they have, I thought this Croatia side, who are ageing and who are a shadow of the side they were in the 2018 World Cup, I kind of thought we'd run them ragged, but it was very tight. Obviously, we could have scored a couple more, but nevertheless, it was just the single goal that obviously won it for England. But I do think there's a lot of quality here, and Croatia do have options up top. And the thing is with Czech Republic, they are incredibly inconsistent. They hadn't triumphed against a side inside the top 20 since overcoming England in October 2019, but then 1 month after that, they lost to Kosovo. Like, they're just incredibly inconsistent, and they always tend to follow a high with a low. And Croatia usually very, very strong in the early stages of international tournaments. In fact, they've never lost a European Championship opener before Sunday's defeat to England. And I'm being a bit bold, but I think they'll bounce back here. I think they've got a lot of quality. And I feel like the Czech back line, it can be slightly vulnerable to those through balls. And with a player like Modric, the quality he possesses, we even saw against England, Calvin Phillips, slight little bit of trickery, and then he managed to find that through ball to Sterling, splits the defence apart, and that's obviously where we get our goal. And I just think Croatia have a little bit more quality in their build-up, and I think this Czech Republic back line will slightly struggle against them. And after coming off that huge high against Scotland, I think they're going to be slightly humbled here. So for me, I am leaning towards Croatia, but looking kind of into the stats, Croatia conceded, or there's been a goal, in after the 50th minute in 7 consecutive Czech Republic games. So it does tend to be the second half where we see goals, and I think Croatia will break them down and find that opportunity there. But the thing is, the Czech haven't really got any need to change their side, and if it's the side that they played against Scotland, I do see Croatia dominating the ball and creating those opportunities. So for me, I think my favourite pick here is just a very simple Croatia to win at +115.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, if they lose this game, they're eliminated from the tournament, which is very ignominious for a team that finished runner-up at the last World Cup. I know Rakitic and Mandzukic have since retired from international duty, and the team has regressed, but you've got to look at this team, and they've got a lot of quality, especially like you said in midfield with Modric, with Kovacic and Brozovic. That is an excellent midfield.
Yeah,
I fear they. Yeah, I fear. I mean,
the other thing for me is that the amount of chances that Scotland created against Czech Republic that they didn't take. Players for Scotland, they've got some very, very good individual players, but I just think some of the quality that Croatia have, if they get those chances against Czech Republic, I don't see them not scoring. There's no way Czech Republic can ride out their luck on this game as well. And I don't think Croatia go 2 games without scoring. I don't see it happening. And I think they'll be a lot more resolute in defence than Scotland were. So for me, yeah, Croatia to win, I think that offers value. I'm not sure why they're that price. I'd have it a little bit lower than that. But yeah, I'm happy to side with Croatia in this one.
Yeah, I do worry sometimes that they lack a focal point in attack. I think Rebic and Perisic are both very good players, but neither one's an out-and-out goal scorer like Mandzukic. But I agree, I can't imagine them going a second game without a goal when you consider how much quality they have in their ranks. But I also think the Czech Republic are looking pretty solid going forward at the moment as well. I think they've got a few players that can open up this Croatia defence, and I think Schick is just going to be full of confidence right now, so I think he can cause them problems. I have a few question marks over this Croatian defence, so my pick for this one is both teams to score. What are you going for, Alex?
copy paste what you said, both teams to score at -110, 1.91. But I still believe that Croatia might win this game. And George made a good point in how many opportunities Scotland created against Czech Republic without taking them. Also, Croatia, if you ask me, are inconsistent. Not as inconsistent as Slovakia, as Czech Republic, sorry, but still inconsistent. I mean, they had some good results after that, 3 defeats in a row. Okay, they played Sweden, Portugal, but they also played Slovenia on the road in the World Cup qualifiers, and they lost there without scoring a goal. The firepower is there for Croatia. The two teams were also in the same group at Euro 2016, if I remember correct, where Croatia topped the group qualifying further in the competition. But together they, I think that Czech Republic 2-2 draw against Croatia on game day 2. And Croatia at that time was far stronger than what they are right now. But yeah, I think that both teams to score is written all over it. It will be a big battle on the pitch. We will see a lot of cards. I'm sure that we will see. I don't know what is the cards line here, but I think that over 3.5 cards is also a very good, if it is at 3.5, the line, you know. But both teams to score seems very reasonable, and I think that also Croatia wins. So if you combine them, probably it gives you 3.5, 3.8, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good, Alex. And yeah, let's not forget that this is going to be played a little later in the day, and it's going to be in Glasgow, so maybe a few degrees cooler. I do think some of those aging Croatian players perhaps struggled a little bit in the heat of Wembley. It was an extremely hot day. They might fare a little bit better up in Glasgow. Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Croatia. A little bit worried that the Czech could nick a draw, but no, I like that. Let's go for it. Both teams to score, Croatia to win, big odds. Let's bring in those profits. The next one, it's the one that we've all been waiting for. England versus Scotland at Wembley. Should be a terrific game. The Scottish players will be obviously extremely fired up. There's no love lost there. But for me, you just have to look at that very, very confident and composed performance that England put in against Croatia. It was, you know, exceptional. I thought there was a lot of question marks around Gareth Southgate's starting 11, but he was totally vindicated, even playing Trippier as a left-back. Some of the players that he chose, like Calvin Phillips and Raheem Sterling, people were saying you shouldn't pick those two, and they were the stars of the show at the end. So he got everything spot on, and now England have a chance to wrap up qualification for the next round with a game to spare by beating a Scotland team that were pretty much taken apart by a relatively average Czech Republic side. For me, I'm looking at quite a handsome win for England in this game. I'm not sure they'll go out and score 4 or 5 goals, but I think they can cover a handicap here. I think they can even win it to 0. I'd be looking at both of those bets. What do you think, Alex? What's your take on this one?
This is exactly what I'm also thinking. I'm thinking that they can cover the -1.5 Asian handicap. I'm thinking that they might keep a clean sheet against Scotland. And we were talking about Scotland creating so many opportunities against Czech Republic. But more than that, it's very strange that Scotland didn't get booked in that first match against Czech Republic. I was, wow, how Scotland are not getting booked in this match, you know? But what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a lot of cards. I'm seeing a lot of fouls. I'm seeing a lot of cards. It will not be one of the nicest match in terms of, okay, let's pass the ball, let's not hit each other. No, everybody will go all in at Wembley against England, you know, and they will play their chance. But England are far too strong right now for this Scottish side that not impressed at all, not impressed at all. Even when Che Adams came on the pitch against the Czech Republic, in my opinion, very late in the game. He came in the when exactly in the second half, but I think that he should have been a starter, you know. He should have been a starter against you need the 3 points. You need to start the tournament with the 3 points. You put your best players on the pitch there, and Che Adams is one of them, you know. So why? And you are not playing against England the first match, so you don't need to have a defensive approach. You have to play your best striker there.
So he convinced Che Adams to pledge his allegiance to Scotland, obviously born and raised in England, after going through all that effort. Why leave him on the bench? And they played Ryan Christie, who's a midfielder, up front with QPR's Lyndon Dykes. I just don't see why you would leave out your most dangerous striker. Made absolutely no sense. Wonder if he'll bring him in and start him in this game.
Yeah. Probably he will bring him as a starter in this game because they need the 3 points. They cannot stay to defend, and they will leave a lot of gaps. And that attacking line from England have such a great pace that will probably score at least 2 goals on their own. And as you said, keep also a clean sheet. But I think that England will destroy them. This is what I think, that in this match will be like a 3-0 type of game. So this is why I think that they will easily cover the minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap.
Yeah, Andy Robertson warned England to show his team a bit more respect. But I personally think that England they look sharp and they look focused right now. They look confident. They look like they know the job at hand. And there's just great competition for places in this squad. Harry Maguire has declared himself fit to return to the team. I don't know. I thought Tyrone Mings was very good in that opening game. There's just a lot of competition for places. So whoever is called upon, I trust to do a very good job. Obviously, they've got home advantage at Wembley, and I think they should be pretty comfortable. Scotland, as I say, very, very disappointing for me against the Czech Republic. This could come back to bite me, but as an England fan, I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. I've gone for England minus 1.5 at odds of plus 100. I also got around even money on England to win to 0 as well. I think Scotland could struggle to get on the score sheet in this one because England should dominate possession, and they did look a bit toothless in attack against the Czech Republic. What do you think, George? What are you going to go for in this game?
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with the pair of you. I mean, it's very interesting. I saw that from Andy Robertson saying that we should respect them a little bit more, but it's quite rude. But respect's earned. It's not a given right. And considering, they failed to score in 5 of their all-time Euro Championship games. Obviously, they lost in the way they did to Czech Republic. No, earn that respect. Put in some good performances. Don't just assume we're going to give it to you. And I'm in a complete agreement with the term that there's going to be goals in this game. This is the 33rd head-to-head at Wembley, and none of the previous 32 have finished goalless. Obviously, the statistician in me, the leather fact, it's a repeat of football's first ever international match way back in 1872. But no, I'm predicting goals in this one as well. I think England win this comfortably. Looking at the way Scotland were playing, they tried to play expansive football against Czech Republic, and they were found wanting. That shit goal all came about because they lost possession in a dangerous area. They were too far forward, and they exploited the space in behind that Scotland defence. And I think either way Scotland approach this, they struggled to contain that England attack. So, yeah, I completely agree that there's going to be a lot of goals in this game. The atmosphere is going to be electric, though. It really is. Scotland, England, first time going head-to-head since 1996 on the European stage. And, yeah, I can't wait for this one, personally. I think it's...
Oh, my. Yeah. Give me the over 3.5 cards here at 2.6.
Yeah.
4 cards.
It's a good price.
Wow,
it's a good price.
Give it to me.
What do you think? Do you think, George, is going to be a feisty occasion with tackles flying in? Are you going for cards in this one?
It is a card bet. I mean, it is fairly low price, but I don't see how it doesn't land. If anything, the bet that I've gone for, it's just both teams to see a card, and it was at 1.67 or minus 150. I'd have that closer to 1.3. It's for me, that's still way too big of a price. And even each team to see two cards apiece, that was a very high price. I can't recall what that was. Obviously, it was 10-3 in the English odds. But I just see cards in this game. And you look at the referee, which is Antonio Miguel Lajos, Spanish referee, and he's got a season average of awarding 4.43. Yellow cards per game and 25 fouls per game. In his last 20 games in all competitions, both teams have seen a card on 18 occasions, only failing to do so in his last match, Belgium versus Russia. And there was a La Liga match where Granada saw no cards, but Atletico Madrid still saw 5 in that game. So, there was still a hatful of cards. And there's no way he goes 2 games on the spin without showing both teams are cut. There's just no way. And with the importance of this game, everything going into it, the rivalry between the two, for me, both teams to see a card at 1.67 is just an absolute no-brainer for me. And yeah, I cannot wait for this one to kick off.
He loves giving out cards, doesn't he, that referee? We discussed him several times on our La Liga show during the course of the season. The guys from La Liga Lowdown were always hot on him when he was refereeing. Perhaps, you can create same-game parlays, or over here we call them bet builders. So you could throw that in on a bet. If permitted, you can put both of them getting a card, England winning, perhaps over 1.5 goals, something like that. Every selection in will boost your price.
On Bet365, you have one card for each and at least 2 goals in the game at around even money.
Perfect. Yeah, I can see that. I can't see there being fewer than 2 goals in this game. Scotland's best players are either left backs or holding midfielders. Yeah. They don't have a great deal of quality up front. They don't have a great deal of creativity, and their centre backs don't really impress me that much either. So I think England should have a really good time of it. Interesting to see who he plays, but Foden, Mason Mount, Jack Grealish, these are sort of players that could run rings around this Scotland defence if they're up for it. So
it's if Grealish is available though, because he has been slightly injured. So I hope that he's available for this one, because I think if he can play, I think he'll have a field day against this Scotland side.
Definitely. And even just the likes of, Jadon Sancho, Bukayo Saka, there's pace coming on, off the bench, so many options. Scotland just can't boast that depth of talent, unfortunately, within their ranks. So, yeah, I see England minus 1.5 for me. But, this looks like a good game. On that note, Esteban, could we please have the picks? Okay, we've pretty much given these out already, but I will read them out for you again. It is for Alex, Sweden versus Slovakia, both teams to score at plus 115. Croatia versus Czech Republic, both teams to score at minus 110. England minus 1.5 at plus 100. George is going for Sweden and under 4.5 goals at plus 105. He's going for Croatia, straight win, plus 115. He's got both teams to be carded in that England versus Scotland game at Wembley at minus 150. Me, I'm going for Sweden to win and under 4.5 goals at plus 105. Both teams to score in the Croatia versus Czech Republic game at minus 110. And England minus 1.5 at plus 100 in that game. Also like England to win to 0 as well. Maybe Harry Kane to open his account for the tournament. But yeah, it looks like we're singing from the same hymn sheet, guys, on these picks. So hopefully the games pan out as we expect them to. Thank you both for joining me today. Thanks to everyone in the chat for all your comments and all your picks that you've been giving. Before you go, please do hit that like button, subscribe, notification. We'll be back with 2 different videos tomorrow. We've got you covered at 10 a.m. Eastern time and 11:30 p.m. Eastern time, 4:30 UK time. So please join us. We'll be breaking down all the weekend's games. Until then, thank you very much. Goodbye and good luck.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Have a good one.
Thank you. Goodbye.